Imagine a peaceful afternoon. You're sitting in your familiar armchair, with your grandchild chattering beside you, eyes sparkling, waiting for you to read the next page of a fairy tale. The room is filled with warm sunlight and the sound of children's laughter. You turn each page slowly, proud that even past 60, you've kept the habit of reading and sharing these precious moments with family. On the table nearby, the familiar bottle of vitamins sits neatly in place, small pills you take every morning, believing they help you stay healthy and live longer, long enough to see your grandchild grow up. One pill for your eyes, one for your bones, another for energy. For years, you've thought it was the simplest way to protect your health. But here's the truth few people talk about. Not every vitamin is actually good for you after 60. In fact, some can quietly make your body weaker, your mind foggier, and even increase your risk of heart disease or stroke. The scary part is that these warning signs often get mistaken for normal aging, fatigue, joint pain, dizziness, or memory lapses. And because many believe it's just aging, they keep taking those pills every day without realizing they're slowly harming their health. The reason is clear. Once you're past 60, the liver doesn't filter as efficiently. The kidneys clear out toxins more slowly, and blood vessels and nerves become more fragile. Supplements that once seemed helpful in your 40s can turn into a hidden trap in retirement. The good news is that there are still other nutrients which, when taken the right way, can keep your memory sharp, your body strong, your bones sturdy, and even extend your lifespan. In this video, we'll uncover the 4 dangerous vitamins you should absolutely avoid after 60, and the 4 vitamins you should take daily to maintain health, clarity, and joy with your loved ones. Stay with us until the end, because vitamin H1 has been proven to lower the risk of death from all causes by up to 36%. When we think of vitamin A, most of us picture a familiar hero. Doctors often recommend it for sharper vision, healthy skin, and stronger immunity. And that's true, but only in the right form and the right dose. After age 60, the story changes completely. Vitamin A, especially the synthetic retinol form found in many multivitamins, can quietly turn into a hidden enemy. Why does vitamin A become dangerous? Unlike vitamin C or the B group water-soluble and easily flushed out through urine, vitamin A is fat-soluble. This means your body stores it in the liver and fat tissue instead of excreting it. In younger years, a healthy liver can manage the excess. But after 60, the liver slows down. Its detox ability weakens, and fat distribution changes. The result? Vitamin A doesn't disappear. It accumulates day by day like a cup, slowly filling with drops until it overflows and causes harm. Symptoms often mistaken for normal aging. The troubling part is that vitamin A toxicity can look just like the aging process. Seniors may notice dry skin, brittle hair, fragile nails, dizziness, blurred vision, unsteady balance, joint pain, muscle stiffness, persistent fatigue. Many dismiss these as signs of aging, but in reality, they may be the direct result of taking the wrong form or too much vitamin A. Scientific evidence. A 2022 study published in the European Journal of Clinical Nutrition found that older adults with higher blood levels of vitamin A had a 25% increased risk of atrial fibrillation, an irregular heart rhythm that can lead to stroke, one of the biggest threats after 65. In other words, the very supplement you trusted to make you stronger may actually be weakening your heart. How much is too much? Recommendations suggest women over 60 need only about 700 mcg of retinol day, while men need 900 mtg day. But the truth is, many senior-targeted multivitamins contain double or even triple that safe limit. Add in foods like animal liver or cod liver oil, and you may unknowingly be stepping into the danger zone. A safer solution: beta-carotene. The good news is that your body still needs vitamin A, just not in synthetic retinol form. Instead, switch to beta-carotene, naturally present in fruits and vegetables. Your body is smart. It only converts beta-carotene into vitamin A when it's actually needed, preventing toxicity. Foods rich in beta-carotene include sweet potatoes, carrots, spinach, and eggs. This is a safer, more natural, and more balanced way to nourish your body than any pill. In short, vitamin A isn't bad in itself, but synthetic retinol becomes a risk after 60. If you see retinol or retinol palmitate on your multivitamin label, it may be time to reconsider. After 60, the goal isn't to take more pills, it's to choose the right forms. Let nature, through vegetables and whole foods, decide how much vitamin A your body truly needs. For decades, iron has been advertised as a key to energy. Doctors prescribed it for fatigue and anemia. Supplement companies added it to multivitamins, promising strong hair and rosy skin. With the image of an energy booster, iron was once seen as an indispensable companion. Why does iron become a burden after 60? Unlike in youth, when the body regularly loses iron through menstruation, injuries, or physical activity, after 60, especially post-menopause, there's almost no natural way for the body to eliminate excess iron. Men. After puberty, iron is no longer spent naturally. Women. After menopause, there's no menstrual cycle to flush it out. As a result, the iron you take in daily doesn't disappear. It deposits in the liver, heart, and pancreas, like rust building up inside an old pipe, silently corroding your health. The real danger: when excess iron accumulates, it generates oxidative stress-free radicals that damage cells and accelerate aging. Heart can lead to heart failure or arrhythmia. Liver, risk of hepatitis and cirrhosis. Brain, linked to dementia and Alzheimer's. Cancer, iron-rich environments can fuel abnormal cell growth. A 2018 study published in Alzheimer's Research and Therapy found that seniors with excess iron in the brain had a significantly higher risk of dementia. A clear warning: what you thought was energy may actually be stealing your memory and shortening your life. Vague symptoms that are easy to miss. The most dangerous part of iron overload is that it rarely shows dramatic symptoms. Instead, the signs are subtle, often mistaken for just aging. Joint pain, muscle stiffness, persistent fatigue despite rest, rapid or irregular heartbeat. Poor memory. Brain fog. Many continue taking iron supplements, believing they are anemic due to age, when in reality, they are only adding more burden to the heart and liver. A common mistake: multivitamins with iron. Many senior multivitamins still contain iron, despite the fact that most people over 60 aren't deficient. Combined with diets already high in iron, red meat, beans, fortified cereals, you may be unknowingly double dosing. Safe solutions. Check the label. If your multivitamin contains iron, but you haven't been diagnosed with a deficiency, switch immediately. Blood test. Ask your doctor to check ferritin or transferrin saturation. These are the most accurate markers of deficiency or overload. Rely on food sources. You still get enough natural iron from lean meats, fish, and leafy greens, no extra pill required. Choose iron-free multivitamins. Opt for formulations specifically designed for older adults that exclude iron. In short, iron is a hero in youth, but after 60, it can easily turn into a silent destroyer. Instead of believing an iron pill will bring strength, remember, real energy in later years comes from a healthy heart, a sharp mind, and a body free from the burden of excess metals. For decades, if you asked, what should you take for strong bones? Almost everyone would answer, calcium. From TV ads to clinic brochures to popular multivitamins, the message has been the same. Daily calcium supplements are the key to preventing osteoporosis. But for people over 60, the harsh truth is this. Taking calcium the wrong way can harm your heart more than it helps your bones. Why does calcium become a problem? When you're young, bones act like sponges, easily absorbing calcium from food and supplements. But after 60, that ability declines sharply. Hormones and mineral-regulating signals weaken, so the calcium you take in no longer goes straight into the bones. Instead, it drifts into dangerous places, arteries, forming calcified plaques, stiffening and narrowing blood vessels, joints, causing pain and stiffness, kidneys, promoting stones, often recurring soft tissues, leading to calcification that's hard to reverse scientific evidence. A 2016 study published in the Journal of the American Heart Association found that seniors who supplemented with calcium had a 22% higher risk of heart disease. In other words, the very pill you trusted to save your bones may be quietly harming your heart. Subtle symptoms of calcium overload. Most signs are overlooked because they resemble normal aging: bloating, constipation, indigestion, joint pain, muscle stiffness, sluggishness, fatigue, difficulty concentrating. But over time, the consequences are far more serious: arterial calcification, increased risk of stroke and heart attack, recurring kidney stones, and interference with absorption of other minerals like zinc, magnesium, and iron. The big mistake: taking calcium alone. Most ads simply say, take calcium for strong bones, but skip the critical truth: calcium can't work on its own. Vitamin D3 helps absorb calcium from the intestines into the blood. Vitamin K2 directs calcium into the bones, preventing it from sticking to arteries. Magnesium keeps calcium from hardening into cement in soft tissues. Taking calcium alone is like having building materials with no workers. The result is wasted materials piling up in the wrong places. Safe solutions prioritize calcium-rich foods, leafy greens, small fish with bones, yogurt, almonds, chia seeds. Combine D3 plus K2 plus magnesium. If you do supplement, choose one with this supportive trio. Do weight-bearing exercise, walking, stair climbing, light resistance training. Bones need physical stress to stay dense, not just minerals. Check total intake. If your diet already includes calcium-rich foods, cut back on supplements to avoid overload. In short, calcium is still essential, but how you take it is the real key. For those over 60, calcium alone is no longer a magic shield for bones. It can turn into a burden for the heart and kidneys. The smart way is to guide calcium to the right place through balanced nutrients and lifestyle, not just by swallowing more pills. Among the B vitamins, B6 is often considered harmless because it's water-soluble and supposedly easy to flush out. Many senior supplements promote B6 as a nutrient that boosts energy, supports the nervous system, and helps prevent tingling in the limbs. That's why many people believe the more the better. But the frightening truth is this: after 60, excess vitamin B6 is not only useless, it can quietly damage your nervous system. Why does B6 become dangerous after 60? Unlike B1, B2, or vitamin C, which the body easily excretes, B6 has a troubling trait. It accumulates in nerve tissue. When taken in high doses over long periods, B6 clings to nerve fibers and gradually turns toxic. Older adults face added disadvantages: slower liver and kidney filtration, and a nervous system already more fragile. This makes B6 toxicity far more likely than in younger people. Scientific evidence. A 2017 study published in Neurology showed that seniors taking doses of B6 many times higher than recommended had double the risk of nerve damage compared to others. Even worse, some of this damage can be irreversible, leaving patients with long-term balance and mobility problems. Symptoms often mistaken for just aging. B6 toxicity often wears the mask of aging: tingling, pins and needles in hands and feet, poor balance, unsteady gait, frequent falls, burning sensations in the palms or soles, muscle weakness, fatigue, brain fog. Many mistake these symptoms for diabetes complications, neurodegeneration, or simply getting old, not realizing their daily B6 pill may be the real culprit. Safe limits and the overdose trap. True daily need: only about 1.5 milligrams for women and 1.7 milligrams for men over 60. Upper safe limit, 100 mg/day. But in reality, many nerve support or energy boost supplements contain 5,200 milligrams of B6 per pill. Add in multivitamins and fortified foods, and you may be unknowingly consuming dozens of times your actual need every single day. The sad truth is that nerve damage from B6 toxicity can take months to years to recover, and in some cases, never fully heals. Safe solutions prioritize natural foods: chickpeas, tuna, turkey, bananas, and whole grains enough to meet your daily need. Check labels carefully. If your multivitamin or nerve supplement contains more than 5-10 milligrams of B6 per pill, consider switching. Get tested when in doubt. If you have numbness or balance issues, ask your doctor to check your B6 levels. Avoid high-dose self-medication. Don't fall into the more is better trap. With B6, extra can mean nerve damage. In short, vitamin B6 is indeed vital, but after 60, high doses turn it into a neurotoxin. If you want to protect your memory, balance, and mobility, stop the habit of taking large doses of B6. For seniors, nervous system health doesn't come from taking as much as possible. It comes from choosing the right dose and the right sources, just enough to nourish, never so much that it destroys. If there's one nutrient that most people over 60 are quietly deficient in, it's magnesium. It doesn't get as much attention as calcium or vitamin D, but it's the engine behind more than 300 biochemical reactions in the body, from heartbeat and muscles to brain function. Without enough magnesium, the body is like a clock that's out of sync, ticking unevenly. Why do seniors easily become deficient in magnesium? Aging changes how the body absorbs and uses magnesium. Weaker absorption in the small intestine. Even if you eat well, less magnesium gets in increased loss through the kidneys. Magnesium washes out faster than before. Common medications in seniors, diuretics, blood pressure drugs, antacids, push magnesium out of the body. The result? Many older adults who eat a balanced diet still end up chronically deficient. Consequences of magnesium deficiency. It's not just about annoying leg cramps. Low magnesium can affect your entire health. Poor sleep, insomnia, because the brain can't relax properly. Muscle cramps and stiffness, especially at night, fatigue and weakness, due to low cellular energy, irregular heartbeat, palpitations, skipped beats. Brain fog, forgetfulness. Scientific evidence. A 2018 study published in Nutrients showed that seniors with low magnesium had a 50% higher risk of atrial fibrillation, AFib, a condition strongly linked to stroke. Magnesium deficiency is also associated with higher risks of type 2 diabetes, dementia, and chronic inflammation, the silent enemies of aging. Benefits of restoring magnesium. When replenished correctly, many people notice remarkable improvements. Better, deeper sleep, no more cramps, relaxed muscles, increased alertness, less fatigue, steadier, more regular heartbeat, improved balance, reduced risk of falls, safe sources of magnesium, food sources, leafy greens, spinach, kale, pumpkin seeds, almonds, avocado, black beans, dark chocolate. Modern soils are depleted, so food alone may not always be enough. Best supplement forms: magnesium glycinate, citrate, or malate, highly absorbable, and less likely to cause diarrhea. Recommended dose: 250–400 mg day, depending on diet and health condition. In short, magnesium may not be as famous as calcium or vitamin D, but it's the small screw that keeps the body's entire machine running smoothly. After 60, proper magnesium supplementation doesn't just help with sleep and muscle health, it acts as a shield for the heart and memory. Sometimes the solution to fatigue, cramps, or insomnia isn't a sleeping pill or brain supplement. It's simply fixing a magnesium deficiency. If magnesium is the silent engine, then vitamin D3 is the master switch that controls bone strength, immunity, and even brain sharpness. Sadly, after 60, most of us no longer produce enough vitamin D3 from sunlight. Why do seniors easily become deficient in vitamin D3? Skin loses 50% of its ability to synthesize. By age 65, skin produces only half as much D3 as it did at age 20, less sun exposure. Older adults spend more time indoors or cover up too much when outside geography and seasons. Living in areas with little sun or long winters worsens deficiency. Frequent sunscreen use protects the skin but blocks vitamin D3 production. As a result, vitamin D3 deficiency becomes almost default in older adults. The wide-ranging role of vitamin D3, is more than a bone nutrient. It acts like a hormone regulating the whole body. Bones works with calcium and Ki2 to preserve bone density and prevent fractures. Muscles maintains strength and lowers fall-rise immune system, boosts defense against infections and speeds recovery. Brain improves memory, lowers risk of depression, heart and vessels, supports vascular health, and reduces inflammation. Scientific evidence. A 2020 analysis in the British Medical Journal found that older adults deficient in vitamin D had a 30% higher risk of death from all causes. Low D3 was also linked to a 50% higher risk of respiratory infections and noticeable muscle weakness. Symptoms of deficiency, often mistaken for normal aging. persistent fatigue, poor concentration, aching bones, muscle weakness, poor balance, frequent falls, low mood, mild depression, frequent colds, and slow recovery from illness. Safe ways to restore vitamin D3. Recommended dose 1,000, 2,000 IU day for adults over 60, higher if prescribed by a doctor. Best form, cholecalciferol, D3, not D2, golden rule. Take with a meal containing healthy fats, salmon, avocado, olive oil, for better absorption. Blood test, check 25 OHD levels to adjust dosage accurately. Food sources, fatty fish, salmon, mackerel, sardines, egg yolks, fortified milk. But diet alone is usually not enough, so supplements are essential. In short, vitamin D3 is the shield that helps seniors stand strong against osteoporosis, falls, memory decline, and weak immunity. After 60, you can't rely on sunlight or diet alone. Smart supplementation is essential. Small but powerful. Vitamin D3 is the key to keeping aging from turning fragile. If vitamin D3 is the body's master switch, then vitamin B12 is the electric spark that powers nerve signaling, oxygen transport in the blood, and muscle movement. Without it, the body is like a drained battery, sluggish, fatigued, and prone to memory lapses. The worrying fact is that after 60, at least 1 in 4 people are deficient in B12 without even knowing it. Why is deficiency so common after 60? Lower stomach acid makes it harder to release B12 from food medications that block absorption. Stomach acid blockers, PPIs, metformin, diabetes, antacids, etc. Dietary changes. Many older adults eat less meat, fish, and dairy, greatly reducing natural B12 intake. This means even if you regularly eat eggs, milk, and meat, your body may still fail to absorb enough B12. Consequences of B12 deficiency: brain confusion, depression, memory loss, even brain shrinkage. Blood causes megaloblastic anemia, fatigue, dizziness, nerves and muscles, numbness, weakness, poor balance, higher risk of falls. Scientific evidence, research in neurology, has shown that B12 deficiency is directly linked to brain grey matter shrinkage and a higher risk of dementia in older adults. Patients who received timely B12 supplementation experienced significant improvements in memory and muscle strength. Symptoms often mistaken for normal aging, forgetfulness, mild confusion, fatigue despite rest, pale skin, brittle nails, numbness in hands or feet, unsteady walking. Many are misdiagnosed with Alzheimer's or Parkinson's, when in reality, proper B12 supplementation can dramatically improve their condition. Safe ways to supplement recommended intake: 500, 1,000 mcg day for adults over 60 best forms. Methylcobalamin or cyanocobalamin. Effective use: sublingual, under the tongue, for better absorption bypassing the stomach, or injections in severe deficiency. Food sources: fatty fish, salmon, sardines, tuna, eggs, milk, grass-fed beef, but food alone often isn't enough. Safety: B12 is water-soluble, so excess is excreted. Toxicity is very rare. In short, vitamin B12 is the spark that keeps your memory sharp, your blood healthy, and your legs steady. After 60, if you feel mentally foggy or physically weak, don't just blame aging. It may simply be a B12 deficiency. With the right dose and form, you can regain clarity and strength you thought were gone. If there's one nutrient with the power to extend lifespan, the answer is undoubtedly omega-3, especially the EPA and DHA forms. These healthy fatty acids don't just help you live longer, they help you live better, with more clarity and vitality. Why is omega-3 especially important after 60? In older age, chronic inflammation becomes a silent enemy. It stiffens joints, hardens blood vessels, weakens muscles, and erodes memory. Omega-3 acts as biological lubricant, calming inflammation and keeping vital systems running smoothly. The wide-ranging benefits of omega-3 heart lowers triglycerides, keeps blood vessels flexible, stabilizes heart rhythm. Brain. DHEA is the building block of the brain, supporting memory, focus, and mood joints, reduces stiffness, eases pain, improves mobility. Longevity. Protects telomeres, the caps on DNA slowing cellular aging. Scientific evidence. A large study of more than 42,000 older adults, published in the European Journal of Clinical Nutrition, found that those with higher omega-3 levels had a 36% lower risk of death from all causes. In other words, omega-3 doesn't just protect one organ. It works like full-body health insurance. Widespread deficiency. In reality, 68% of people over 60 are deficient in omega-3. Why? Eating too little fatty fish, salmon, sardines, mackerel, consuming too many industrial oils, corn, soybean, canola, rich in omega-6, creating imbalance and fueling inflammation. As a result, many seniors endure joint pain, memory decline, and heart weakness, without realizing the root cause is omega-3 deficiency. Safe ways to supplement: eat fatty fish 2-3 times per week, salmon, sardines, herring, mackerel. Take a quality fish oil supplement, at least 1,000 milligrams EPA plus DHA day, 2,000 mg day. If you have heart disease or arthritis, per doctor's advice, check the label. Choose purified products, free of heavy metals, in triglyceride form, better absorption. Plant-based alternative. Algae oil provides a direct source of DHA for vegetarians. Golden rule. Take with a meal containing healthy fats, olive oil, avocado, for maximum absorption. In short, omega-3 doesn't just help you live longer, it helps you stay yourself, with a sharp mind, a strong heart, and flexible joints. After 60, if you had to choose just one supplement to maintain independence and quality of life, make it omega-3. It's the biological insurance policy that aging cannot afford to miss. So, we've come full circle in uncovering the truth behind those familiar vitamins for people over 60. Not every pill is a miracle cure. Sumlic E retinol form vitamin A, iron, standalone calcium, and high-dose vitamin B6 may seem protective, but in reality, they can silently weaken the liver, harden blood vessels, damage nerves, and raise the risk of stroke. These are the silent destroyers hiding in many household medicine cabinets. But here's the good news. Senior health isn't just about avoiding the bad, it's about choosing the right nutrients. By wisely supplementing with magnesium, vitamin D3, vitamin B12, and omega-3, you give your body powerful tools to keep your heartbeat steady and your mind sharp. Maintain strong bones and muscles, reducing fall risk. Support immunity, fight inflammation, and extend lifespan. The key takeaway is this: health after 60 doesn't come from swallowing as many pills as possible, it comes from making smart choices. Every pill you take, every meal you choose, contributes to writing your aging story, either one of frailty and decline, or one of strength, confidence, and independence. If you realize you've been taking one of the 4 dangerous vitamins mentioned today, take a moment tonight to check your supplement labels. A small change now can prevent big consequences later. At the same time, consider adding the 4 golden nutrients in safe doses and from trusted sources to fortify your health for the years ahead. Remember, aging is inevitable, but pain, weakness, or loss of clarity don't have to be your destiny. The difference lies in the choices you make every single day. Now, what about you? Among the vitamins we talked about today, which one surprised you the most? Is there one you've been taking daily without ever thinking it could do harm? Share your thoughts in the comments below so we can learn and grow together. And if you found this video helpful, don't forget to hit the like button, subscribe, and turn on the notification bell so you won't miss more trusted health insights to help you live longer, healthier, and happier with your family.